So guys, now listen really carefully, because now I am gonna tell you how you can counter all the control effects. Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Ezgaming is playing Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. Today we're gonna talk about control effects. A lot of people out there don't know what control effects are, which effects are included in control effects, and today I do my best to explain everything. Have fun. So, control effects are basically effects who are influence your soldiers or the enemy soldiers. It depends on who is casting it, and there are some different examples for control effects, and those are bleed, stun, confusion, root, silence, blind, and burn. So when we talk about the bleeding effect, Ning Wang is a perfect example for it. Piercing round. Fire a piercing round at the current target, damaging them for 100% ability power and causing them bleed for an additional ability power, 100% ability power over 3 seconds. So that basically means that her ability makes damage over time. Bleed makes always damage over time. And one specific thing what most of the people don't know is when someone have a bleeding effect, then all the incoming heals are decreased. So now let's talk about stun. Stun is pretty simple. Vasily has a stun. His steady your aim and target the furthest enemy, firing a long range shot, dealing 150% ability damage. If the target were full health, stun him for 3 seconds. So basically, when he stuns an enemy for 3 seconds, the enemy can't do anything while he's stunned. Next up, we have confusion. Sonnet is a great example for it with her passive ability Double Agent. When targeted by an enemy, confuse them for 1 second. That means when someone focuses her, the enemy get confused, and then he is retargeting another target. So it's kinda similar to the stun effect, but the main difference is that when someone is confused, that he is retargeting someone else. So now let's talk about the root effect. Gridlock is a perfect example for it. With her track stingers, deploy track stingers at the current target's location, expanding into a large area, roots any enemies caught in the area for 6 seconds. So basically, when someone is rooted, he can't move anymore. So now let's talk about silence. Scarecrow is here the expert for it. His passive ability hacked whenever any enemy is preparing an offensive ability, you have a 15% chance of silencing them for 5 seconds. So basically, when Scarecrow silences the enemy, it interrupts the active ability or the passive ability, it depends on, or even both of them, and he can't do and cast any abilities while he's silenced, and his ability charge, like the bar under his health, don't fill up. So then we have the blind ability. David Crenshaw has a great ability to show off. Chaff flare countermeasures. Deploy a chaff flares at the current target, blinding all enemies in a large line for 5 seconds and interrupting any abilities. So blind effects are not interrupting every ability in general. I guess, because there are some other soldiers who has a blind effect, but they aren't interrupting active abilities. That's like an additional advantage of Scarecrow about David Crenshaw's ability. But what blind does is that the enemy is stopped shooting while they are blinded. Obviously it makes sense, I'm blind, I can't shoot anymore, and that's it about the blind effect. The last control effect of the day is burn. Burn is kinda similar to the bleed effect, and here we have Elway with his Molotov cocktail, throws a Molotov cocktail at the current target, creating a fire in a medium radius for 3 seconds. Any enemies that come in contact with the fire burn for 130 ability power over 4 seconds. So the burn itself make damage over time. Like the bleed effect, it depends on how long is the duration, and you can just imagine it's kinda similar to the bleed effect. So burn, damage over time. So guys, now listen really carefully, because now I am gonna tell you how you can counter all the control effects. When we have a look into the stats, I just chose Karen Bowman. There you can read tenacity, and tenacity is the chance of resisting control effects. So basically, when someone stuns you and you have your tenacity up, that means you have a chance to resist. And there are a few soldiers in the game who are using an ability to increase the tenacity, and Karen Bowman is one of them. You can see here her intelligence gathering. Each time an enemy offensive ability is used, Clancys and permanently increases all allies' tenacity by 20%. So over time he will increase the tenacity 20%, another 20%, another 20%, and that makes your team resisting against all the control effects. So she is pretty strong, and a lot of people don't know it because they're thinking, yeah, she's a 1-star, she's useless, blah blah blah. But she is one of the best supporters in the game, and she will help you to counter control, like teams who are based on control effects. So guys, that's basically it for today's episode. Control effects, tips and tricks. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, let me know in the comments down below. What did you learn from this video? Maybe I can do some more specific video about a topic I talked about today. Thanks for watching, have a great day, see you in the next video, peace out.